Hi Michelle, I'm Jessica and I'm going to be doing your how-to video for you. Okay, so I saw you did not get a brush. And so for you and for that video that you watched, I believe they used something like the smudge brush. But the end of the detailed is very similar to the smudge brush. And then you get the beautiful end for contouring or the blend brush. I don't love this brush because I only use it for the small details, where the other ones I can use for everything. So she used this to fill in those little areas. It depends how much you want filled in. So this is going to be a little bit of trial and error. So these fluffier ones, the blush and bronzer and the 3D, they have this really like big blush end. And so for that, you may be able to dust, which may be what you want. I'm not quite sure. You might want to be able to dust indigo on your chin. So you're going to be using your contour indigo, and you're just going to grab a little bit and you're just going to dab in the lighter areas. And you're just going to keep dabbing until there's two ways. So I know you said you wanted less makeup. So you're going to dab until it looks like maybe it matches, or you're going to just dust like I just did. So it's just going to leave a slight little layer so that you can put indigo all over your face. I'm sorry if this is confusing. There's just two ways of doing it, and we will have to play with it and see. And I am here. I want to work with you, and I want you to feel as beautiful as you possibly can because you are stunning, and I can't wait to do this with you. Okay, so indigo is going to go in all the lighter areas so that we can bring the lighter area up to the darker, so that goddess doesn't look orange on the lighter areas, because goddess will look beautiful on the darker areas. Okay, after you've blended those, like I said, you can leave it, or we can go and put on the rest of your makeup. So then you're going to take goddess, and I'm not goddess, so I'm going to use my color, but goddess is going to be the darker of the two. So you have goddess, which is going to be, I do have it here actually. So this is your goddess. And then you have amber. Okay, so goddess is the darker one, amber's the brighter one. So goddess is the one that we're going to use next. I'm just going to use the 3D brush, pretending that you have this one. I'm not sure what the brush is that you have. Okay. That's a lie. We're going to start with indigo. We're going to start with your dark indigo, your contour that you just touched up those areas with. Okay, with the pointed side, we're going to brush through there. And now we're going to give you some really beautiful high cheekbones. So you're going to go from the top of your ear towards the bottom of the nose. It's going to be nice and high. It's not in that dip where we normally would have gone. We're going to go a little bit higher. And you're just going to brush it on. You can blend later or you can blend now. My dog is licking. So it's going to be nice and high, and you're just going to do a line, just like that. And we have two ends, so you can always go and soften one end. Let's go back into indigo and do this side. And so what that does is it just gives more of a shadow to the cheekbone that's dropping off, and it just gives the illusion that you have a much bigger cheekbone. So just like that. Let's go back into indigo. So we're going to grab indigo with our whole brush, and now we're going to go from where our part in our hair would be to the top of our ear. So I just dabbed it in one time. If you need more, go ahead and grab more. After that, I just either circle or pull back into my hairline. You can go over that line. It just moves so nicely until it sinks into your skin, and once it sinks in, it's not going anywhere. Lastly, you can go a little bit down the ear and under the chin here, just to create more dimension. Okay, and now we're gonna go into goddess. So you're darker of the two lighter ones. I'm gonna use the same side, and I'm just gonna grab some goddess, and you're gonna have to blend it pretty good, and then let me know if it's a perfect match, or if it's on the orange side, it's not a perfect match. So let me know. We're going to put this down the nose. Excuse me. Drag it over the eyebrow, on the eye, on the other eye. And then we're just going to pull it down, filling the whole nose. If you need more, go ahead and grab more. And I'm just going to do the top of my face. And the reason I drag it all around is so that there's nothing left on my brush, and then I can just go and lightly blend the two colors that I have up there without totally covering up my contour. Okay, we're going to go back into Goddess, and now we're going to do under our contour down here. And then any areas that you already have indigo covering, like this area, just be really gentle because it hasn't quite soaked in yet. So just dab and just make sure it's covering properly. So just gonna dab under there, and then you can pull it over here. We're gonna go a little bit above the lip as well. And that's all you're gonna do with Goddess. Okay, you got Sandstone. I'm so excited. I love Sandstone, and I don't use it enough. So it's this beautiful color here. So I'm gonna use the blush side, and I'm just gonna dab. And I like to lay it just above the contour. I like to stay a few fingers away from my nose and a little bit away from my eye, and I'll show you why in a second. And I'm just gonna dab it on. Because I'm a lot fairer, I'm very fair these days, I don't use very much, but it can look like this container. So you play around with how much you want and how much color you want, but it will most definitely show up. Okay, so I have enough on there. I haven't used it all, so I'm just gonna wipe the rest off so that I can continue to blend. Like I said, no hot holiday this year. I am very, very fair. Okay, good. So we just have one spot left. If you've noticed, we haven't touched under our eyes yet. So now we're gonna go back to this little side, and we're gonna go into Amber, so your lighter one right there. And you're just gonna dab. I just put a spot there and a spot there, and then I just pull it. I just put it in the corner there, and I pull it under the eye and down the nose. Under the eye, down the nose, and then I fan it out. And it's just gonna really lightly overlap on your blush and make your blush really nice and blended. So if you choose a different brush, let me know, or I'll see it, and I can always send you another video with that specific brush. And then Sandstone on the lips is so pretty. Okay, the one other thing that I suggested, and I didn't take it out, I don't know why, excuse me, was Bella Bronzer. So I suggested Bella Bronzer because you're gonna have a Goddess upper like face, and then you're gonna have maybe closer to Amber on your neck, I think. And so if you want to make them match, I have a white shirt on, so be careful. You could use Bella. I have Bella and Glow together here. So I'll take Glow out. That is beautiful too. It's a beautiful combo. And then if you had this brush, you could use the fluffy side. They come in a bundle together. Or you could even use this side. Just be careful. It's going to pick up way more. So I'm going to use the fluffiest side. I'm going to hold this flat, and I'm just going to circle. And then you could just go on your neck here, and it's the most natural bronze I've ever seen. So I would go as far down as you want, and then it will match. It will help you to bring those colors together. So that is another idea. But let's work together on this. Let's get you to where you love your makeup. I'm really excited to do this with you. Let me know if you have any questions. You are never bothering me.